Carl Jung once said, "Among all my patients in the second half of life, there has not been one whose problem in the last resort was not that of finding a religious outlook on life." This isn't just a throwaway comment from one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century. It's a profound observation that ties the quest for spiritual meaning to our deepest psychological struggles. It's a thread that weaves through our discussion today. But what does this mean in the context of mental health? Experts in the field of psychology have long debated the connection between religion and mental health. This discourse is as diverse as the field itself, with many different perspectives and theories dotting the landscape of this intriguing subject. A common thread among these discussions centers on the phenomena of hearing voices. For many religious individuals, hearing the voice of God is considered a normal part of their religious experience. They may receive guidance, words of comfort, or even admonitions from a divine source. This is often viewed as a constructive and integral part of their faith, not a sign of mental instability. However, the narrative changes when someone claims to hear the voice of the devil. Suddenly, the conversation shifts from religion to mental health. This experience is often associated with mental health issues, such as psychosis or schizophrenia. The person who hears the devil's voice may be labeled as disturbed or mentally ill, a stark contrast to the acceptance and even reverence bestowed upon those who hear God's voice. Why is this so? Some experts suggest that our societal norms and religious beliefs play a significant role in this perception. Our cultural understanding of good and evil, sanity and insanity, heavily influences how we perceive these experiences. Other experts propose that it's the content and impact of the voices that matter. If the voices lead to positive outcomes and personal growth, they are more likely to be accepted, irrespective of their source. Conversely, if the voices incite fear, distress, or harmful actions, they are more likely to be pathologized. Furthermore, some psychologists argue that the dichotomy between sane religious experiences and insane ones is a false dichotomy. They suggest that such experiences exist on a continuum, with complex interrelationships between individual psychological states, cultural contexts, and religious beliefs. As you can see, the line between religious experience and mental health is not always clear. The debate continues, and as we delve deeper into this topic, we may find that our understanding of religion, mental health, and their intersection is far more nuanced than we initially thought. Society often has double standards when it comes to religion and mental health. When exploring the realm of religion and mental health, we stumble upon a curious paradox. If someone claims to hear the voice of God, society is likely to interpret this as a divine encounter, a sign of deep faith. Yet if the same person reports hearing the voice of the devil, they are often labeled as mentally unstable, perhaps even dangerous. This incongruity is deeply ingrained in societal norms and beliefs, but it begs the question, why do we stigmatize one and venerate the other? Both experiences are fundamentally similar, the hearing of a voice that others cannot perceive. So why does society view them through such different lenses? Some argue that this double standard springs from the cultural significance of these two figures. God is often associated with goodness, morality, and guidance, while the devil symbolizes evil, temptation, and chaos. Therefore, hearing God's voice might be seen as a divine blessing, while hearing the devil's voice could be construed as a sign of moral corruption or mental instability. But this reasoning overlooks a crucial point. Both experiences, hearing God's voice and hearing the devil's voice, can be associated with certain mental health conditions, such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. The distinction between faith and mental illness is not always clear-cut. Furthermore, this double standard can cause harm. It might deter individuals who hear the devil's voice from seeking help, fearing stigma or misunderstanding. They might feel isolated or misunderstood, exacerbating their mental health issues. On the other hand, those who hear God's voice might neglect potential mental health concerns, believing their experiences to be purely spiritual. It's time we challenge these societal norms and beliefs. It's time we acknowledge that mental health and religion can intersect in complex ways. And it's time we recognize that hearing voices, whether they claim to be of God or the devil, can be a sign of mental health issues that require attention and care. But why is this the case? Why is one seen as a sign of faith and the other as a symptom of mental illness? It's time to reflect on your own beliefs. Have you ever wondered why you think the way you do about religion and mental health? What has shaped your perspective, and why do you hold these beliefs? Our thoughts and beliefs don't exist in a vacuum. They are shaped by societal norms, cultural values, personal experiences, and a myriad of other influences. Take a moment to ponder on this. If someone says they hear the voice of God, we tend to accept it, even consider it a sign of deep spirituality. But if the same person were to confess they hear the voice of the devil, we label them as mentally unwell. What's the logic behind this? Is it not the same phenomenon, the same auditory experience? This double standard exists because society has conditioned us to accept certain beliefs and reject others. We are taught to fear the unknown, the unfamiliar. But if we pause and question, we realize that these perceptions are not absolute truths. They are merely societal norms which, like all norms, can and should be questioned. We all have a responsibility to foster a more understanding and accepting society. One where mental health is not stigmatized and where religious experiences are not used as a benchmark for sanity. Mental health issues are not a sign of weakness, and religious experiences are not a barometer of mental stability. They are simply aspects of the human experience, as varied and complex as the individuals experiencing them. So I invite you to question your beliefs. Reflect on why you think the way you do. Are your thoughts your own, or are they a product of societal conditioning? Remember, it's okay to question, to ponder, to change your mind. It's through questioning that we grow, that we foster understanding, and that we challenge societal norms. In the end, the boundaries between religion and mental health are not set in stone. Indeed, society's double standards, expert opinions, and personal beliefs all play a vital role in shaping our understanding. It's crucial to question, to seek, to challenge, not just societal norms but also our own beliefs. This exploration fosters growth, encourages empathy, and promotes understanding. Remember, the dialogue on religion and mental health continues, and your voice is an essential part of it. Thank you for joining us today.